cap, stop the cap, sus. I'll say, hey, what? Can I see your diploma? And I'll look at it, I'll be like, super sus.
Seems sus.
This is sus. Sus AF.
Or just if they ask you a question, what? Ever.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you're listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or very possibly for the first time.
Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
I mean, for the first time we...
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Hey, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. For not the first time, we did the whole show before the show. And then we're halfway into the conversation. We're like, this is our podcast. We should just fire those mics up and get to it. But
get them hot. Let's get them hot.
Let's get it hot. But I would say, we've been shouting into the void, i.e., podcasting for many years, Cern, and
into the abyss,
just. And we used to feature more beers. We'd be on there, and oh man, we're drinking this beer. We'd slug a couple back. It was a great time, always. But like Bob Dylan said, these times are a changing. And now we're talking about what kind of sparkle waters we're drinking before.
It's also 3:00 in the afternoon on a Monday.
Yeah.
I think if I cracked a cold one and it's not Memorial Day, or 4th of July or holiday, then
not yet. But through our conversation, I said, "Oh, we have Monday off because it's Memorial Day this upcoming Monday," and that was news to Cern. And
I completely forgot.
Is there a better feeling than just an unexpected day off work?
No. I was riding high. I'm still riding high. I'm buzzing right now.
Cern's spirits immediately were lifted, and we're also going to see each other IRL, as the kids say.
Oh yeah,
I'm not saying IRL anymore.
Oh, they are. Okay. I got a kind of funny story. Zach was gaming, and he has his gaming whatever. And
is he just playing Fortnite? Is that his game?
Yeah, this is his game.
Never deviates from it?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Usually I go in there to use Fortnite.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to be a pro or some fucking shit. Whatever. So,
aspiring Fortnite.
Somebody on his team was not carrying their weight from what I can hear from the yelling.
Okay, so the verbal accosting still happens on Xbox Live?
Oh, yeah, because he was like, you know what? You should just jump off you're not doing anything or some shit. Just jump off the building. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. How about you just do it in IRL? And I was like, oh my God. I said,
wow.
Hey,
dude. I would imagine they probably have the reporting. Remember, when for team killing, you would get reported and you would get a rating?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Do they have their audio? The audio's got to be running through some processor, right?
I don't know I have no idea.
Oh, anyway, well, whatever.
I'm sure you can get reported or something. He was talking to one of his friends, it sounded like, so he was just...
Yeah, if you ever are feeling too big about yourself and you want to be level set, brought down to earth, just go get your head blown off a couple times on Call of Duty and have like some 12-year-old kid just tell you what a little bitch you are.
Yeah, and you suck.
And how bad you suck.
So instead of, remember we used to say, hope you saved your receipt for the game.
Oh yeah, to return it.
So now it's just uninstall it. That's it. I said, oh hey, that's
I like
the
it.
New age. Hope you kept your receipt.
Right. There's no of course I have my receipt. I have a virtual copy sent to my email.
Yeah. So just
like,
uninstall.
oh, okay. That took the sting off the joke. Uninstall. I like it. Yeah. Why don't you go free up some hard drive space and uninstall this after? I like it. Nice. Is there any new? I mean, I can't show up to your house for a graduation party and not be knowing what the cool slang the kids are using these days. Cerny, do you have any new ones for us?
I still use stop the cap.
Stop the cap. That's a good one.
That's sus.
Okay. I know these. I'm familiar with these. What's one that will really send them over the edge?
Probably I bet you if you use like IRL or if you did like
bruh. I hear this bro or bruh thing is.
Yeah,
Okay.
bruh.
It's like what?
I know.
Okay. All right, I'll stick to what I know. No
That's
cap.
right. That's usually
Stop
what I
the
do.
cap.
I haven't heard too much lately, but
Okay.
yeah, bruh. One of those. Stop the cap. I mean, I say that. I'm holding strong with that one.
Your go-to?
Yeah,
Nice.
cap. I'll just yell at cap. It's funny when they start like trying to explain something. I just scream cap up top of my lungs over top of them. Cap. Just try really send them into a spiral.
Like, stop, bruh. Could you stop?
Or you know what? When they tell you something, just go what? And when they start saying it again, just ever.
I mean, this is good. These are good.
Or the one that gets me is when exactly does it on Melanie all the time. She'll be telling a story and I go, who? And she'll start saying the person's name and goes, asked. Gets me every time.
I mean, I could see as a parent, if that comeback was getting dealt to the other parent, just thinking it was fucking hilarious. Like, how could...
Oh, yeah, this is Robin, I start laughing. But if I'm in the middle of something and I get dealt that,
I would like...
my eat steam out the ears. You know?
Now you know why Homer would choke Bart all the time. Like, one of those feelings.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to...
Simpsons didn't understand it back then, but
no,
abundantly clear.
They were onto something. They didn't even realize that. Okay. Cap. Stop the cap. Sus. I'll say, hey, what? Can I see your diploma? And I'll look at it. I'll be like, super sus.
Seems sus.
This is sus. Sus
Or
AF.
just if they ask you a question, what? Ever.
But
you gotta wait till they start talking to say what, and then they'll start talking ever.
What an annoying thing to have happen to you. I would. What
was the other day? I was like, so it was like Saturdays and Sundays are Zach's dish day because he needs some responsibility going out of his fucking cave. And
does he get allowance?
What?
Is there an allowance? Or
no.
But you're not. He's not getting declined of many things.
No. Yeah. But he's not. He needs to be at least somewhat contributing at some level.
Of course.
And I was like, dude, you didn't. Like he just did. He only did like half the kitchen, like just the half that. I said, dude, you didn't do this half of the kitchen. I mean, look at all the fucking pans and shit over there, man. It's like, what? I said, turn around ever. And I was like, oh. I think I said, I'm going to fucking hit you over the head with one of those pans. He's like, okay, I'll get it, bro. He said, quit crying or something like that.
Oh, my God.
I was like,
I would be.
I'm going to assault somebody in a second.
Well, we have, you're well out of, I mean, this is still on the kids topic, of course, but you're out of this where there's some time when the kid is like a toddler, like 2 or 3, and then with their poop, when you're changing their diaper and it's like, oh, it's just poop. It's all kind of just mashed everywhere. And then there's one day that you just open your kid's diaper and there's an adult size. There's like a log. And you're like, how did this happen? So this is, we're in this territory. So our kids, even though they're small, they're taking adult size shits. The problem is they're fucking forgetting to flush it. And it's just like sitting on top. And I'm like, hey, we already put up with so much here, as you know. I don't need to be staring at turds every time I got to take a piss. I just don't need it.
So I'm not out of that stage.
You're still getting?
I have to ask on the daily who left a floater. I think I think it's daily.
I mean,
and it's one of the boys.
It's got to be, because I know one. I've never caught my wife leaving a floater in the thing ever, and I've known her for the majority of my life. 2, I know I'm pretty good about flushing multiple times, and I check. I'm like a cat, kind of, with the litter box. I'm just making sure it's all covered up. So it's got to be a kid. And then and then I go like, why are you getting so mad all the time? I'm like, because I just looked at like a huge fucking dump,
and it was stinks.
It smells. It smells worse somehow.
It's been sitting there. It's been ruminating. So my favorite is,
what's the excuses you've been getting?
Oh, get ready. Who left a floater? And everyone, no one knows.
Yeah.
Okay. usually then I get kind of angrier, right? I said, like, Jeffrey, did you take a shit? Yeah, I did earlier. I said, it's still sitting in the toilet. Go flush it. I flushed it. I said, all evidence to the contrary, it's still sitting there. It's like, no, I flushed it. So I said, walk with me. So we walk in there, I'm like, I'll walk in the toilet. I said, Exhibit A.
Yeah.
It's still, I was like, I could have swore I flushed it. It's like, obviously you didn't.
It's just a, I thought I did kind of thing.
Yeah. It's usually, I did. And then you walking over and it's like, look at me. Well, I thought I did. It's like,
you know what? If
I'm
you
just making it up.
But yeah, like you're also going to go down and get everyone's attention to pull a prank on them. The disappearing turd prank.
Maybe that's yours. I'm like, I'm the one who walked in on it, and now I'm the one yelling about it.
That's true.
I guess.
Yeah. Are they using the master? The on master bathroom? That should be.
No.
Okay, that's.
But
good.
I mean, it's middle of the day. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Walk all the way to the master. Let's go to the one that's right here.
Yeah. But efficiencies.
Yeah, but
we'll get the announcement still. Mom, I'm going poop in your bathroom. I'm like, one, this can totally happen without anybody knowing.
Yeah.
It's just don't worry about alerting us. Two, can you just go in your bathroom?
I don't know. I get.
What are you going to do?
Also, I know one is Jeffrey because he will use poopery, but then defeats the purpose when he doesn't flush it. So I have this nice shit and orange
lavender shit. Lavender shit smell. The poopery, I mean, when that came out, revolutionized.
Game changer. It was a game changer.
I mean, that was huge. We still use it to this day. I think you have to spray it before, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it kind of like creates like a
barrier.
Yeah, like some sort of meniscus on top of the water, and then the turd bloop, slides through it, and it covers up, so it doesn't allow. That's my take on reading the back of the bottle. So it's good. They need they could sell. They could have more money than the oil industry if they just get in work bathrooms. Like, if there was some automated, they would be like, well, we don't need oil. The Saudis, they're worth nothing now. We have the poopery people because they discovered how to stifle out the shit work smell in the bathroom.
New business plan model right there for us.
Let's pivot the strategy. Nothing. This is one thing about being in the office. Remember when you would be sitting next to someone and there was just a horrible situation happening in the stall?
They're having a rough day.
I mean, I don't know about you. I would take a look at the shoes just to kind of like see what's going on.
Who's having a rough day?
I'm like, okay. Interesting. Jordans. Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Then, at lunch, you're kind of walking around. You're just like, what's their, like, so
scoping out sneaks.
Yeah. Like, okay, they had their cargo shorts pulled down. And then also when you have your whole, when you bring your whole short to the floor, that's like that type of person that you take your shorts all the way. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, all the way down. Like they need like, all the.
Do you know how much piss splatter is all over everywhere in the bathroom?
Oh, I know.
You just put your shorts right.
I was just in the office last week.
Oh,
we had a meeting and someone just went full like fucking uncontrolled water wiggle at one point. I walked in, I was like, "What the hell?"
Wow.
So what happened?
We all over the floor
and the urinal. That was the other thing. I was like all over the urinal.
Jesus.
I don't know what happened. I mean, the urinal's pretty hard to miss. We was trying to
Is that like a prostate
long
issue?
range on it or something? I don't know what he was doing.
I mean, well, hopefully they've not been drinking if it's a work thing, but no. If you've had a couple wobbly pops in you, the urinal's kind of like, let me see, maybe like let me get some theatrics on this.
Yeah, you're on a boat.
Yeah. It's like when I went to the A's game, I forgot they had the fucking troughs there.
Oh God.
Like the big bathtub pissers. It's like just. Luckily, there's like 4 people in there, so everyone, you can have your own thing to yourself, and you're all good. But yeah. So
Okay,
we got to get rid of this I'm gonna work on the flushing, on the toilet flushing. Now I could see if they want to use our bathroom because we got the tushy, we got the bidet situation in there.
Okay.
They're not. They don't partake in that.
Well, you're lucky if they even wipe at that age.
I know. Sometimes, and then every time I look at them, I'm like, they got their all the way up to the fucking elbow in the back of their pants, and I'm like, what's going on back there that requires so much,
hand attention,
so much hand back there? And they're like, huh? Oh, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Eventually.
But yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
And there's some people it still is it's a whole thing.
We had the party, so we've been getting the house in tip-top shape.
Oh, nice! I can't wait to see it. I am
had to finish painting the house. You saw the half-painted house before.
Yeah. What? And you got it wrapped up last weekend?
All the spots that everyone's going to be able to see, I still got one side I got to do.
I won't bring it up. We'll just nobody will notice unless Robin mentions it.
Oh no, she won't.
She gonna sell you out? Oh no, she won't. Okay.
No.
It's
up and down this ladder. It's fucking killing me.
Oh. Do you don't have one of those like 50-foot extension pole things?
No, I don't. This is last time I'll be painting, so
it's
I don't want to encourage future ideas.
You're retiring. That is a good. I kind of like that stance. And you know what? I've applied that sort of theory to ladders here. Like I only have one of those step stool ones. It's like it basically goes up 4-6 feet maybe. And I'm like, if I get a full ladder, then that opens up a lot of ladder projects. Like getting up on the house is one, or the gutters, or things like. I'm not interested in entering those type of activities.
So like this one. So I have a ladder. It's one of those extendable ones.
Okay.
It goes up 18 feet.
Damn.
And it also like folds, to a like.
Oh, is it as seen on TV ones? They look like a gorilla.
It is gorilla, yeah.
Okay.
It was as seen at Home Depot when I got it.
I did see it on TV in form of a commercial to go to Home Depot.
So I was using it, and the kids will love to talk to me when I'm at the very top. Like I'm up there.
Just asking nonsense questions.
Mm-hmm. And just whatever.
Yeah.
But then there was a hummingbird, and it has a nest, and it's on we have little string lights on just below the awning. So
okay.
I mean, I could reach up and smack it with my hand if I wanted to, but it was sitting there, and it looked like it was feeding something, and it flew away. So Jeffrey was like, I want to see if there's a baby bird in there. So I got the ladder and just A-framed it and walked up there and looked. I was like, oh yeah, there is a little tiny baby one here. So he gets up, but he's like clinging. I mean, his head is probably like 7 or 8 feet above the ground, but he's clinging on like he's on the top of a skyscraper. And he saw it. He comes down, so then my wife wants to go up, and she does the same thing. Like she's like hanging on. She's like, I can't. I said, if you fall, you're not even gonna. It may sting, but it's not even gonna fucking hurt.
It's like jumping off a curb, basically.
Yeah.
If you fell back onto your back, to a retaining wall, sure, that would hurt. But when you're talking about that,
like Jeffrey, dude, if you fall, I'll catch you. It's right here. It's like you're not even gonna pick up any steam.
Yeah, that's like when the kids are jumping into the pool. They're like, "Dad, catch me!" And they get me so close. I'm like, "If you hit me, I'm gonna get you're gonna jam my spinal. You're gonna jam my brainstem into my thing. I'm gonna be quadriplegic after this." I'm like, "I gotta scoot back." And sure enough, they're like, "No, get closer." And they're basically like almost jump over it. You gotta catch them, falling back. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just laughing. I was like, everyone here is afraid to get up 7 feet above the ground. No problem setting my ass up 18.
Yeah. Like, get up there, Dad. You can do it. You can do it. No problem. Oh, man. Well,
and they were laughing. So here's the other thing that was funny.
Yeah. He didn't try to feed that bird to a snake or anything like that?
No, he was.
Oh, you know what? Is he going to be he's going to need to give a tour of the reptile room this weekend.
Okay.
Mark it down. book a time. We'll book a time with you.
I'm sure he'll be more than accommodating. Yeah, it was. So there's a spot in the backyard that you'll see I had to paint, and it was like the ground was like uneven. It's like so I had to like try to get like retaining bricks and stuff to level the ground. Like
yeah,
and I'd get up a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I kind of climb back down, and then they're like, I got the. What's going on? I said, it's a little dicey. She's like, dicey? What do you mean? I said, it's not even. I'm not trying to like
trying to die.
Yeah, or have like a Christmas vacation scene where I'm hanging from the fucking gutter. You got your mind?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, and I think I got a okay, please, or something like that. I was like, saddle it on up. Let's go.
You do it yourself.
Bad boy. Let's see it.
Yeah. I do that too, where you get on like one or two steps, and you're kind of like you either like hold on to something that you know is stable, but you're only one step up, and you kind of give it one of these, and it's like, whoa, and you're like, okay, that's a little bit too much.
Like,
yeah,
that's,
you're like,
that's no good when I go up 10 feet up in there.
I see how it happens though, because every year when I'm putting up my Christmas lights, I'm like, how far can I reach to get one more clip up so I don't have to be up here one more time? Like I'm like teetering, I'm like,
yep, you're leaning,
and then you hear how fucking so-and-so, and imagine if I had a couple fucking eggnogs in me or something, I'd be asked over tea kettle, no problem. But I've been seeing some of our neighbors are getting those basically like permanent Christmas lights.
What's that?
They're like bolting them onto the side of their house or something, so they just never have to take them down.
That's kind of a good idea.
So, yeah, but they're also not. They're not like the icicles. They're just kind of like lights, so they don't look horrible. But anyway, that's what not that we need to be thinking about Christmas lights already. It's just finally getting up to temperature here for summer. It's going to be I have a feeling it might be kind of a brutal hot one this year. Everything's just been worse weather-wise, so why would this be any different?
Well, I think on Sunday it's supposed to be like 80.
That's very manageable.
Perfect.
Very manageable. Well, Cerny, I'm a big music fan, but and I subscribe to the belief of like doing things that you don't normally do, or like getting exposure to stuff is net good for. It's like an experience. Like, oh, you try this out, you learn about it. Not for me. Oh, it's cool. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
So my buddy is a huge reggae fan. Now, Cerny, we've known each other a long time. How many fucking reggae songs have we been slapping?
Anything Bob Marley played, I think that's about it.
That was about the extent of the reggae. And I said, you know what? Fine. So it's kind of been a joke. I have an annual reggae concert that I go to with my buddy. So this happened last week. And he told me the person, he's like, oh, he's really good. Alba Rose is his name. I'm like, unless his name was Bob Marley or his last name ended in Marley, I don't know who this fucking guy is.
I don't even know his first name.
So I look it up. The dude has like 80 million streams on multiple songs on his Spotify. I'm like, oh, sweet. Cool. So he must be good reggae. So we go there, we partake as one might think before a reggae show, and we go in, and the first like the opening band is going, and it's reggae, you expect all the stereotypical stuff. These guys weren't. I was like, okay. So the main act guy comes on. He walks out, literally fucking dreadlocks to the floor. Like legit, he must have had them his whole life. They're huge. And he's got them like, he has to kind of like take a couple of them and tie them into a knot. Okay. To like keep them up. Anyway, it was a good show. We hung out there, and he sat down at one point, and he did a song. He's like, he just started like, I love marijuana. That was the whole song. Just kept repeating, I love marijuana. And then he would say, I love Petaluma marijuana was how he would bring it back, because the show was in Petaluma. Got it. So I just, the show was good. I thought the reggae was good. I'm not a huge fan, but it's like the, all the stereotypes that you might think of like a reggae artist, he totally nailed every one of them. Huge dreadlocks, talking about weed, smoking weed, one love, all that good stuff. But it was a good time. And you know, I'm sure you get these, but you do an action, and you're like, that was an old person move. Like that was a signal of maturity. I brought some earplugs to the show.
Oh yeah,
popped in some earplugs because I'm like, you know, sometimes you're there and it's just like you're driving home and you're still fucking going crazy. And so Instagram had targeted me with these. They're called Loop, and they're kind of trying to sell them as not like a totally noise canceling, but it just takes. They sell them by like minus dBs, decibels, which is you know. So like, oh, here's a -4, and they have a -20 for sleeping or something. And they're like, oh, get -12. So I got them, and one of the ads was a mom in the car kind of put them in, because you could still hear everything, but it just takes it down. It like dials it down a couple notches.
So it's like the headphones I wear when I am cutting.
Oh, like, probably exactly. You know. Yeah,
they're big, but it's like
same idea, I guess.
You can hear, and then if I fire the saw, everything kind of goes dark.
Oh, it's noise canceling, like.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear people. Well, it depends. If I have music going, then no, I can't hear shit. But but like if I just have them on and like I'll fire like the saw up, it'll dead the noise. Nice.
So the show started. I was like. Even the person taking the ticket, because the music, she's like, oh, really loud. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I brought my headphones, my earplugs. So that was my old man move. But you know what? I think if it's an outdoor show, it's a little bit better. You know, it's.
Oh, yeah.
But the indoor, especially the really small ones. But I could still hear, like, my friend would talk to me, and I would just, like, lean a little closer, could totally hear him, no problem. But it was just. In the morning, I was totally fine. No, not like the GNR concert when we went. When it was like, I was still ringing the next day at work. Too. I was like, yeah,
ringing and buzzing.
Yeah, ringing and buzzing. No doubt on that one. That was a fun evening though.
Oh yes, it was.
How long ago was that now? Ooh, 6 years at least. 8. 6? We'll go 6.
I'll say 6.
Okay, but we started. You came into town. That's right. You drove your white work van.
Yeah.
And you were in San Francisco. And I had my scooter, and we parked, and we met up, and we were at 21st Amendment where we used to love to grab a brew or 3 before the Giants game. We put on a solid fucking base coat there.
Oh yeah, we did. And then walked over to the. Well, remember we waited until we saw the escort. Remember because
that's right,
flying down Second or River Street.
Yeah, I think Second. Yeah.
So we're like,
that's right. We're like, all right, here come. There's Axel and there's Slash. We better get on our way. Yeah, that was a good time. And Cerny just yelling at the guy. Slash is like doing November Rain. He's like, "This is a really great song." The guy's like, "Yeah, I know, guy."
He told me to leave it alone after a while. He's there by himself too. Yeah, you like,
he's like, "That's
Did you leave this man alone?" Like, no.
Oh man, but that was good. Like, all the hits you needed to hear. They had them.
It was great.
They had them.
Great.
Oh man.
Yeah. No,
well, we got Monday off.
That.
Oh, what a come up!
I'm still riding right now.
What a come up on that one. That's going to be. What's I think is Memorial Day, kind of when everyone has their barbecues. That sort of is the unofficial start of summer.
It is the big holiday of summer. Now it always depends on the weather, because Memorial Day could either be like 90 or it could rain. So some of them have like, fuck.
It usually is. I feel like it's usually pretty toasty though, especially in California where we're at. But yeah, and the lake, Folsom Lake, is that? I'm sure it's full.
Good. They got the gates open and everything. They're letting water out.
Oh, the gates are open.
Yeah.
I read there was some deal we reached with forgot who it was. The Colorado River, of not taking as much of the Colorado River to give L.A. and Arizona and some parts of Mexico water. We had to make some agreement. It cost us $1.3 billion.
What?
Like to use like 13% less water.
Ooh.
I don't know the time frame on this or anything. And of course, I'm just reading the headline, so take it for what it is. But
headline surfing.
yeah, headline. Just like any other good educated person. Just give me those headlines. Like I can't do this.
Do you give me the cliff notes on that? That'd be great.
Exactly. Cerny, we'd be remiss not to talk about our new favorite meme that we've been volleying back and forth on a regular basis.
Who, me?
Huh?
Just hanging around.
Nothing. It's the so it's Beetlejuice from Howard Stern's show way back in the day, and you just overlay it on whatever comedic thing you want, and it's Howard Stern asking, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy like looks hella guilty, turning around like, "Huh? Me? What? Just hanging around." It's like, oh, when the wife asks how much longer are you going to be at Home Depot or when the blah blah blah, it's all has many uses.
Oh, it's even the other way around where my wife actually used it on me and was like, me when my husband catches me with a tape measure, what are you doing? Huh?
I'm not trying to remodel anything.
I can't get enough of them.
It's so good, and they applied it. There's every which way it applies.
Oh yeah,
me and Cern is constantly back and forth on these. So good.
Oh, you know what we've been doing lately too? Little outside TV time. Since the weather's nice in the evening.
Are you having a mosquito problem though? We got bad mosquitoes over here.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm sure we will. It's not too bad. I mean, we have the pond, but it's full of fish and stuff, so I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, so the fish will kind of eat them. We have
larvae.
Basically have a open preserve, wild land, just with fucking grass up to your dick. So it's just a mosquito and tick breeding ground.
Oh man.
Yeah. Whew. It's we go for a walk and the dog goes off the trail for 2 seconds and then sure enough later it's just a fucking tick on her. It's like, Jesus. Wow. At least it's not on me. That's fucking when that happened one time. It was a tick was on her. I was laying on the couch and I'm looked down and I'm like, oh fuck. And I looked and there's a tick crawling up my shirt. I was like, oh shit. And I kind of went like this and then it just flew off and I looked at my wife. I'm like, there's a tick. And we're sitting on the sofa and the kids are on the ground because we're having a movie night.
Everybody up!
I'm like, all right. So I turn the flashlights on, looking around, and the kids are like, what? What are you looking for? We're like, a bug. They're like, okay. They're like, why are you looking so hard? And so we couldn't find it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was getting the vacuum out ready to go, but we were sitting down. And I'm sitting there, and I feel something fucking crawling on my stomach. I lift my shirt up. It was on my fucking stomach, just crawling. I was like, oh! And it still creeps me out. Oh, I had to get it with Kleenex,
Oh yeah.
Bugs are so unsettling.
Ticks especially.
I know, and they burrow down into you. I've had a couple that I've gotten on my runs, but they're already in me by the time I realize.
Oh no.
And then I was getting at such a frequency that I bought one of those. They have tick keys, a little metal thing that you basically slide it over and it kind of just rips it out. So we have a dog and I, run in the high. They have a lot of, so. But I've also seen people that, they go on, they have 50 on there. I've never had anything. I just.
Shit.
On their pants because they were hiking through some weeds or something, some forest. I would just burn my pants.
Just take them off right there.
Just take them off and just burn them. I'd come back to base camp in my underwear. I couldn't do it. There's no way.
Yeah, Jeffrey has some. He had a praying mantis egg.
Oh.
In the greenhouse, and it hatched. So he has some baby praying mantis. Did
he buy the egg or he had another prey?
I bought the egg by then.
Oh yeah,
Green Acres, they have them because they have like good bugs that you can have around.
Oh,
Like you can get ladybugs and praying mantis eggs, and I think like lace wings or something of that nature.
interesting.
So,
the ladybugs are kind of creepy because there's so many of them.
oh yeah, they like crawl.
They only last a couple days, though, right? Or the birds get them, or I don't know exactly what the deal is.
Or they kind of fly off. I mean, Jeffrey's released a bunch of them, so you'll find them, scattered throughout the yard. You're supposed to do it at you're supposed to keep them in the refrigerator so they kind of go dormant, and then in the evening you release them so they can kind of find a home because they ain't gonna fly off in the dark.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, my wife bought a couple because it, it's good for whatever she's trying to do with her garden, whatever.
Oh yeah, with it eats the aphids and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. So she bought a couple packs, and they're just pours them out. They're just pouring out of the thing, all the hundreds of, and then I go the next day and I look and there's 3. I'm like, oh shit, a bird just had a feast and a buffet.
Yeah, they ate
just
them all.
they're like, oh my god, look at this, jackpot, baby. Yeah, so that's a good idea to cool them down a little bit, put them to sleep,
Cool them down, and then release them in the nighttime. Yeah.
like a woolly mammoth.
There you go.
Freeze it down.
You see, they're trying to bring it back.
Just take a look at the world right now. Do you think do we need to throw a woolly mammoth a zombie woolly mammoth on this?
So I thought the same thing. The guy had a good case. He said because things are warming up, the north is starting to defrost, which is then the vegetation is starting to sprout out, and then once the vegetation sprouts, then it gets it's kind of runs run away. So they're thinking about bringing them back so they can live in that climate and eat that vegetation down so it doesn't get out of hand.
Wow. Okay. So they're saying the vegetation's going to overrun everything.
Yeah, it'll start to heat things up as they...
Oh, I see. Okay. I still think there's going to be somebody with a lot of money that's going to do a Jurassic Park thing with the woolly mammoths. And I saw they made...
Of course.
Were they doing a woolly mammoth burger? Did I see this trending a bit ago?
I don't know.
I don't know. Where did I see this?
I think they're going to bring back a few. I think they have 5 animals they want to bring back that are like the Tasmanian tiger.
Oh.
Where people basically, killed them off.
Poached it, yeah.
Whoopsies. We'll bring it back. A few other birds, like some flightless bird or something on the East Coast, that'd be just kind of because they couldn't fly, so because they were settlers came across and were eating them left and right because they couldn't get away and stomping on their fucking eggs and shit. And they got extinct. So maybe
Jesus, I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, like penguins, I guess. A penguin's not going to fly away from you if you're coming for it. Yeah. Oh,
I'm sure settlers that came across this is a land of plenty. They got fucking food. They can't even get away from you.
Yeah. Big dumb birds will just keep eating these things. And they're like, fuck, where'd all the birds go?
Yeah.
Or do they even, what do they call them? They wouldn't call them birds, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. They're going to sell some one-of-one hunting license. They're like, once they have 3 Tasmanian tigers, they're going to raffle one off $500 million and you could shoot it. And some fucking Republican is going to go sign up
sort
to
of
do it.
What is it? The Jurassic Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion, where they have some kind of underground shit.
Yeah, underground black market. Trade market essentially.
Yeah, get yourself a nice
Tasmanian
tiger coat.
Yeah, and it's you're wearing it around. You're going to the coffee shop. You got a huge fucking. Remember Workaholics when they got the bear suit?
The bear suit, yeah. Bitch, better have my honey.
That show, Workaholics, was so strong. I mean, those guys are all 3 of them are still doing other stuff. I think that Adam.
Yeah, he's doing the most. I think
he's doing the most. Yeah, his star
he was
shines
in Modern
the brightest.
Family and shit as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the nanny
on Modern Family.
Yeah, I remember when I think
Adam Levine, I think his name is, or is that Maroon 5 guy?
Yeah, because I think it's Adam Levine. because when Adam Levine was having, remember he was like accused of like sliding into some lady's DMs while he was married.
Oh yeah, did you see those?
Adam Levine's
Thirsty.
like, wait a minute, dude, you got the wrong Adam. It's not me, because people were getting up tagging him.
He's like, no, that's not me.
It's
that's not
Adam.
me.
Although our names are similar, it's not me. You got the wrong guy.
That's funny. Yeah, but Workaholics so good.
It was.
And that may be one of those shows now where I don't know if I feel like that's a lot with what we watched. It's like I don't know if this is happening anymore.
Probably not. I don't think so. I don't know.
Remember a 40-year-old version, I think it is, when they're playing video games, they're like, you want to know how I know you're gay?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, and I'm like, I don't think you could do that anymore, right? Like that's definitely frowned upon.
No, even the
that's been
Office,
canceled, I think.
When they're talking about like, there's always like, bring back The Office. And Steve Carell's like, that wouldn't, no, I don't want to do it. They're like, why not? And he's like, the jokes just, people will take offense to him so seriously, even though the jokes were meant to poke fun at that.
Yeah.
Type of things that happen. He said they would take him too seriously. And he goes, I don't want to be making a show and having to apologize weekly.
Oh, there's so many, and I mean they definitely pushed the envelope on that show, which is what made it funny. And they were just going, I mean, they would have to be multiple apologies every episode that would come out. Multiple apologies. It's insane. Remember when he looks out the window and he sees the guy with the
yes, it's one of my favorites
with the turban.
I can't stop laughing at it every time.
It's so bad, but this guy's walking up to the building and he has a turban on, and
Michael freaks out and
he's like, everyone hide
off and thinks we're in real danger, and they're like, what? And there's like, oh, so the IT guy and
it's just the IT guy
didn't get off to a great start. Well, it's funny because I was watching it and I was laughing.
Yeah,
and like Jeffrey was like, I don't get it. Why was he hiding? Yeah, he couldn't connect the dots.
Right, because like 9/11 wasn't a.
Yeah, it wasn't too far past. Yeah. I mean, it was still, I think it was probably like 7 years after, but it was still,
It was in the zeitgeist, if you will.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he was like, but like Jeffrey was like, I don't understand. Why was he hiding from him? Did he have a gun or something? I said no. But what's? I don't know.
Well, that's good that he.
Yeah, I said, don't worry about it. I just said, don't worry about it.
That would give me a little bit of like faith in the next generation. Like, okay, maybe not everyone will be. Maybe there won't be half the country that's like racists.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's going to be some good. We could do it. We could do it. Oh man. Well, I think we done it, Cern. Gone and done it again.
Easy 40.
And we elevated spirits of all the listeners by letting them know, especially not if you're in the U.S., which I would suspect you are.
Yeah,
you probably have
we
Monday
were trending
off.
in like Bulgaria or something for a while or whatever.
Oh yeah, Zimbabwe. We were like number 99 comedy podcast.
Yeah,
top comedy podcast in Zimbabwe.
There's
surprised we haven't gotten any emails
what?
from them.
Oh.
You know what? What if we were huge and like a country like that, but Google caught all the emails and spam filters? Like people are hitting us up for hats and stickers all the time, and they're like, "No, any email from here is
guys
spam."
Are liars. They're fucking liars.
Just trying to get hats.
Emailed them 8 times and no reply.
So yeah, but we really will send you a hat. We did have someone email us. It was a long time ago, but they did email us, and we sent them a hat, and then we never heard back from them.
Okay.
But that's fine.
It's okay.
If they need a hat to email us,
if you want another one, just email us again. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Boom. Give me a hat. Subject line, give me a hat.
Give me a
body
fucking hat.
Your name, shipping address. Thanks. You don't even have to say thanks. Long time listener. Don't just send us an address. We'll just get it done.
Yeah, it'll be done.
We might want to verify you're not one of our friends trolling us.
We've done that too.
We've had to have to do that as well. That's how good of friends we are. We're like, this positive thing can't be real. So it must be our friends making
text, like one of them was Dana. We thought we were just
we thought for sure it was Dana. Yeah.
Like, so who is, and like I forget the person's name.
He's like, what?
He's like, what are you talking about? Remember, he's like, called his donkey. What are you talking about, you donkey? I was like, oh, we know it's you. He's like, what are you talking? He had no idea, but we were kind of like,
we're like, okay, you pass.
All right,
nice. there we go. Monday off, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. And till next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.